Hello everybody, this is Arthur from Vector ebike, and today I'm doing this short video podcast from the top of the mountain of Alpspitze in Barish Alps. I thought it's gonna be a nice place to answer a few of your questions that you leave in the comments, and just wanted to tell you uh, the about the capabilities of this bike and where it can go. Right now, I think I'm level 2000 something meters altitude above the sea level, and my starting location was, I believe, about 600, maybe 700 meters above sea levels, maybe less. But yeah, so you can get imagination, you can get perspective about the difference of altitude of this place and the starting point. We started with 83 volts battery, basically fully charged, and now on top it's 75 and a half, 76. So I guess we have spent about 25-30% of battery capacity to get here. The distance we covered was about 16 to 17 kilometers, and on the way back I believe we can regenerate some energy back. So if we would go force and back, I think we can do 4 times until BMS kicks in and cuts the power to controller. What else? Some of you asked me if the battery gets hot when you ride uphill. It gets warm if you push hard, but it doesn't get extremely warm that you need external cooling or something like this. We have a pretty big capacity battery inside the bike, so you won't push it above the limit, and we tested those cells over the limit and they show pretty good result in terms of temperature. So on the levels you're gonna use this bike, you won't have any problem with overheating inside the box. What I experience is overheating of the controller inside the box, since I didn't make till this time on this particular bike any external coolants for controller, just mounted on the frame itself. So whenever its temperature rises to the critical, it starts limiting the power. But if you start with a cold, like ambient temperature controller, I believe you can cover about 800-900 meters altitude difference before you will feel the power limitation. But I think next week I will do the external cooling with some fans inside the frame. I have no desire to put the controller outside, because in this rough terrains I ride to come here. You cross over the rivers, you cross over the okay, not the river streams, but across the sharp rocks, sharp stones, and sometimes they fly on the frame. And the panels itself, as I said before, they're pretty durable and you can easily and quickly change them. They're not expensive, but if the controller will get dirty and then it's dry out, it will have less temperature transfer possibility, so it will get hot even faster. So it's a good idea to keep it inside, but if somebody gonna ride that high as I do, yeah, by the way, those white thing behind me, those are the clouds. Just for you to understand how high we are right now. Yeah, we are basically above the clouds, or in the clouds right now. So I will try to add the snapshot of the Strava ride for this uphill ride, so you can see what was the final height difference. Some of you also asked me about how do I ride here and how do I get here. I put my bike in my car, and ride to the parking lot, which is about 1 hour drive from my home. And then I just tried off-road, and it's totally okay, because riding off-road on some private properties or some forest or something, you don't need driver license or insurance or whatever. Yeah. Plus, of course, it's smart. You need to ride carefully next to the people, because not only bikers use those trails, but hikers as well. So it's just good, polite way to ride slowly next to them. But other than that, I just see wonder faces, and I guess a little bit of jealousness that people need to climb and I can drive. But other than that, yeah. So yeah, I wanted also to mention that on this particular bike I have the um, middle size um, rear sprocket, because there is one more option with a bigger size sprocket, and also there is one uh, option with a smaller rear sprocket for higher speed, and the bigger obviously for higher torque. But this one worked fine for me. Maybe I will change it later for higher size sprocket on the rear, just because I sometimes ride with my wife, so two-person on the bike. The total weight with a backpack is about 150 kilos. So yeah, then if you go high, then you might get overheated a bit faster. But I never get overheated on the motor itself here. Actually, the temperature was never above 100 degree, and it's absolutely fine to ride with temperature up to 130 on this one. So yeah, on the way back I will have a little bit of temperature rise on the brakes, but other than that it's absolutely fine, since we have a regenerative braking. Yeah. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you have any extra questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.